Hey toy fans, I'm D21Beast and welcome back to my figure review series here on my YouTube channel. And today we're once again looking at those Marvel Superhero Mashers figures. We've got Marvel's Iron Fist for you. Now this Iron Fist figure I thought was pretty cool when I saw the pictures online, and I knew I wanted to pick him up. He's part of that same wave of Marvel Mashers figures like Pyro that has the translucent limbs, so I think that's a nice sort of pack-in. With Pyro we got the flame pieces, but with Iron Fist here, you'll see that he actually has his Chi Dragon as his attachable arm pieces, so I think that's really cool. Can't wait to check those out. Now if you're not familiar with Mashers figures, they typically do come with these sort of solid colored limbs from the elbow down. But with this Iron Fist and with the Pyro that you already saw, they were kind of changing things up a little bit with this particular wave. So, lots to look forward to. I'm really excited to have this figure. Let's go ahead and get things started by taking a look at that packaging. As you come down the front of the box, you do have a window box packaging that does house the Iron Fist figure inside, as well as his attachable accessories. You have the name for the figure off to the right, and then on the left-hand side, you do have an example of a mashed up superhero. And finally, you have the logo for the Marvel Superhero Mashers toy line there towards the bottom. And flipping this package around, as you come down the back of the box, you once again have that Marvel Superhero Mashers logo towards the top. You do have an image of Pyro in the center of the box, mashed together with a bunch of different heroes, and he's saying, "Electro blew a fuse when I took his arm." And then towards the right-hand side of the packaging, you do have a complete lineup of all the other figures available in this wave, who all have translucent pieces just like Iron Fist here. Alright, toy fans, well that's the packaging. Let's say we get this Iron Fist figure out of the box and see what he's all about. Alright toy fans, here we have Mashers Iron Fist out of the box, and I absolutely love the way that these Chi Dragon pieces look. I mean, it really just sells this figure and just makes him probably one of my favorite Mashers that I've ever picked up. It's just really sweet to have this sort of dragon hand coming off Iron Fist like we have here. So, if you can't tell, I'm gushing a little bit, but I really think this figure is pretty cool, and I'm already giving you guys my recommendation. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the sculpting and paintwork on this guy. As you can see here, he does have his mask painted. He's got black around the eyes, and then he's got white painted inside the eyes. Let's get some more light here. And he's got his regular chest emblem painted there in yellow. And then he has sort of a sash that's just been painted on the figure. Would have been nice if they'd done a little bit of sculpting, but they are just kind of reusing their sort of small body mold with this guy, and the belt's painted all the way around. As you come down the figure, you're going to see that he's just got the white plastic, but then he does have some yellow plastic boots that have had white painted at the top. And there's also something interesting about this Iron Fist figure. He's got this sort of line work inside the arm. It almost looks like that's sort of a Spider-Man line work on the arm. So maybe they're just reusing the Spider-Man body mold specifically on this guy. But then look at these Chi Dragons. They're hollow inside the neck of the dragon here and inside the hand on this side. But once you've got them on the figure, the sculpting is fantastic on these things. I mean, look at the way the claws and the fingers look. And then he's just got sort of this like green fire energy sculpt going on through the rest of the piece. And then you have here the dragon head, which looks absolutely amazing. We've got some eyes sculpted in there. There's even teeth sculpted and a tongue. Looks really cool. Let me try to move it around again. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that piece. I think they did a great job there. And this particular piece over here still has the port on the arm, so you can plug in accessories from other Mashers that you might have. Now this particular Iron Fist figure doesn't come with any standalone accessories, but I think that these green dragon Chi pieces here just more than make up for it and look absolutely incredible on this figure. Alright, since we don't have any standalone accessories for this guy, let's go ahead and get to the articulation. Iron Fist does have a head that'll bend down this far, and bend back, pretty far actually. It's a bit hindered by the knot and the ties here on the mask, but it's not too bad. His head will rotate left and right just fine. He's got a full rotation here at the shoulder, and he does have a elbow that will bend down that far and bend back that far. It also rotates a full 360 degrees on the elbow, and there is a ratchet there so the arms can kind of stay in place a little easier. He's got that same articulation here on the other side. And then there's, typical with Mashers, no sort of ab crunch or waist swivel or anything like that. But he does have a hip joint that allows his leg to move forward that far, bend back very far. It will bend out from the body very nicely. And then he's got the single jointed knee that bends down that far, bends forward that far, and rotates all the way around. Now I'm sorry to say that this particular Mashers figure, like the Pyro that I have, and the Ghost Rider, didn't have any ankle articulation. So I'm really sorry that they kind of discontinued that for a little bit with the Mashers. But based on the pictures I've seen for 2014, we'll be getting ankle articulation again this year. So I'm really excited about that. Alright, toy fans, so by this point you're probably pretty familiar with the drill, but just in case this is your first Mashers review, Mashers are figures that allow you to separate your toy at the head, the elbow, the hip, or the knee joint, and combine them with any other figure in the wave. We've got here Iceman, Green Goblin, and Pyro. So let's go ahead and make our own mashed up superhero. We'll start by removing the head and the arms and the legs from this Iron Fist figure. And let's say we want to go ahead and put the Green Goblin head on this guy because that'd be kind of funny. So we're going to put that on there. And I actually really do like that dragon head, so let's go ahead and leave that on our figure. But then maybe I want to have my guy with a fire hand. So let's go ahead and grab this Flame Fist from the Pyro figure. And then we want to have some cool blue Iceman legs. So let's go ahead and grab this piece here. Just going to kind of shove it on there. And then we're going to grab the other Iceman leg. We're going to put it in on the other side. And maybe we want to finish this guy off with some nice red flaming boots. So we're going to go ahead and put these on here, and put the other foot on the other side, and now we have our own mashed up Iron Fist superhero, supervillain, whatever you want to call him. But he's a pretty sweet little mashed up figure, and he's something you made for yourself. So mashing these figures can be pretty fun, and of course the more figures you have in the toy line, the more options you're going to have to mix and match your own superheroes. Height-wise, we can see that this Iron Fist matcher does come in right at 6 inches tall. For some size comparison, here we have the Masher's Iron Fist compared to the Masher's Pyro figure, and you'll notice Pyro has sort of a bigger body mold than Iron Fist does. Here he is compared to the Masher's Iceman figure, and you'll see they have very similar body molds. And here we have Masher's Iron Fist compared to his Marvel Legends counterpart in his more traditionally green costume. And finally, here he is compared to the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Infinite Series Wolverine. Hey bub, I took a martial arts class once. Oh really? Then why do you still fight with knives? I can't remember. Alright toy fans, well that's my review of the Marvel Superhero Mashers Iron Fist figure released by Hasbro in 2014. Overall, this figure is a must-get if you're a fan of the Mashers line. It's a really cool looking figure. I like the way that the paint's been applied. I like that they've used the white costume on the Danny Rand figure. We typically get the green costume in toy form, so it's nice to see a more modern version of the character. And those Chi Dragons. They are the most amazing pieces that I've seen with the Marvel Mashers figures so far. They're worth the purchase alone, and they look great on any of your other Masher figures that you decide to stick them on. But they look especially good on this crisply painted Iron Fist figure, and they definitely warrant a purchase. My only real complaint about this figure is that he doesn't have ankle articulation. I don't know why Hasbro chose to remove that from Mashers in the first place, but I'm glad to see some figures that have already been announced for 2015 have that ankle articulation coming back, so thank you Hasbro. Well that's my review guys, I hope you enjoy it. If you like what you saw here, please feel free to rate, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Gah! What is this madness?